What up? Okay, so so I'm running in the background. Do you remember in Windows 98 the old like hard drive defragment utility? It was.
Okay. Yeah.
Do you remember that thing? It was like you had these little like teal boxes,
Yeah. Yeah.
and
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
little like red line would like trace around it and rearrange them and everything until they were
I don't remember that much.
all nice and blue. Well, I found this website that's a defragment simulator where it doesn't actually do anything, but you can just sit there and watch it pretend it's defragmenting a hard drive. So that's what
That's
I've
funny.
got running in the background. Um,
Oh, are you just wasting time on that like that?
I'm just checking it out, pretending to get
Mhm.
something done.
Of
What the
course.
little boxes as they sort themselves. But anyway, so did you? I saw this image and I can't tell. Okay, so I want to know if you think this is real or not. So someone
All right.
posted on Tumblr, kind of related to what we were talking about before about like political correctness gone mad, right? Like someone posted on
Uh huh.
Tumblr that they said though so they posted a screenshot and they said this is how you do cultural appreciation right, done right. This is not cultural appropriation, this is cultural appreciation. And it was a screenshot of a conversation, and the first the first person in the conversation says, hey, I was gonna make a taco for dinner. Is that okay? I know you're Mexican, I just want to check, is it all right if I have a taco for dinner? And the other person writes back, not today. Like and that's the end.
What?
That's the end of the conversation. Like someone was asking their Mexican friend for permission to have a taco for dinner, and the guy was like, "Not today." Like,
What the fuck
I'm
though?
like,
I don't
I
understand.
I can't believe that that could possibly be real, right? That's got to be a joke.
There's no way. Yeah, there's no way that's real.
Can you imagine if it actually got to that point though, with political correctness, where you had to be like, hey, I know your ancestors are from Germany. Like, I was gonna have this sausage. Is that all right? Or
Dude,
is that? And then
I
you'd
don't
be
even want to
like,
think about. I just don't even want to think about that. Like, imagine if that was real. It would just be terrible. I
you'd be
mean,
like,
Jesus Christ, dude.
be like, oh God, what was I gonna do? I was about to eat some of this chocolate without asking my Swiss friend for permission. Like, holy shit, what a mistake that would be. Let me just hit him up really
Yeah.
quick. Hey, is it all right? I
Oh
know this is your
man.
culture and everything, so I just want to check with you first. Like,
I really don't even understand like the concept of like appropriation or whatever the fuck.
I
It
don't
just doesn't make and this doesn't make any sense to me.
I
Like,
don't think it's a thing. It doesn't seem. I don't understand how it can possibly be real, but
yeah,
apparently
it
it
feels like it
is.
shouldn't be, right?
Like, how do you like nothing I can do? Okay, so I'm trying to put myself on the other side of the argument and try to think of something that I would say, okay, that's definitely cultural appropriation. And
Okay.
the only thing I can think of is you have to do it like hatefully or like mockingly in some way. Like
Oh, okay. Like blackface.
blackface. Like if I don't know, went full on racist and I had blackface and I had like watermelon and fried chicken, which I mean, personally that sounds delicious except for the blackface part, but
Yeah,
apparently
totally.
that's for African Americans. But like I guess if you did that, right, and then you recorded a video of yourself being really stupid pretending you were like African American, I guess that would be cultural appropriation. But I mean, cultural appropriation is sounds like too nice of a name for something like that. That's just being an asshole. Like,
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it really. Yeah, that's just being like over the top racist, I guess, or like
yeah,
something like that. It doesn't really. I mean, I just can't think of any point where I, as a Peruvian person, would be offended slash, wished someone didn't do something that was Peruvian, or like if I'm walking on the street and I see someone wearing a Peruvian like poncho or Peruvian clothing, I'll be like, hey, that's lit. I'm not gonna be like, hey, what? Hey, you, why are you wearing this?
Like,
come over here, explain yourself. Like, what's your heritage?
Peruvian? Like, you don't look Peruvian to me. Like, that sounds like you're the racist in that situation.
I mean, it's just weird, dude. I can't really. I just can't get it. I just don't get it. Like even my brother's in Peru, and my mom went over to visit, right? So we're going back. We're going to Japan, or I'm going to Japan in April.
Yeah.
And we know some friends, and I always thought like the best looking, or like the not the best, right? But the thing that I wanted the most when I was in Peru, of clothing wise, was a jacket that's from this like popular company called Kui Arts. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. But the jacket is just one color, and it says Peru in the front, and a little alpaca, and that's it, dude. And it's fucking. I think it's awesome. Like on the left side it says PE, on the right side it says RU, and when you zip it up it says Peru, right?
Gotcha.
So I think that's the coolest jacket you can have. So I told my brother, like, hey, can you buy me some for my friends in Japan?
Yeah.
And send them over with my mom. Since it's okay. So he's buying me some, and I'm gonna bring him to go to Peru, to Japan. Be like, hey, here's a Peruvian jacket. And they'll be like, oh, okay, thanks.
So you're part
now
of
they're
the
gonna like if they wear it, you know, people are gonna be like, hey, you're gonna look Peruvian to me? You look Japanese. They'll be like, well,
are you appropriating your own culture? Like,
I mean, I don't really know what I'm doing, man.
Appropriation against yourself? I don't understand.
It seems like it would be. Like, I'm just being nice, right? I think.
I can't.
Am I wrong? Am I in the wrong here? Should I not be doing this? I'm not sure.
Do they have their Peruvian pass? Like,
I mean,
I don't know. I mean, it was given to them by a real Peruvian, so that's what they can tell people if they give them shit. Like, no, you don't.
But nobody should give them shit. You know, it's like, oh yeah, just like if I go outside and I wear a USA shirt, no one should tell me, hey, you don't look American enough to me to be wearing that. Like, I can be like, fuck you, dude, I'm super American, you don't know me.
You don't know me.
Or I can say, like, I'm not American, dude, but I love this fucking country, or I love this shirt. Who are you to tell me not to fucking wear it just because it says America in it?
That's like I think. Okay, so there's a couple of things. Like, you can become American. Like, anyone can become American if you really want to, and you're not a criminal or something. Right. But, like, no one can become Jewish if you weren't born Jewish. Like, and I think that's a good thing about being American, because it's not about your race or your bloodline or whatever. It's like ideology, you know. And
wait, Jewish is a race?
Yeah, like I mean, so
born
I think
in Israel or something like that.
I think there's like two different levels. Like, there's some people who would consider you Jewish if you just practice the Jewish beliefs, but there's a lot of people who only consider you Jewish if you were born to Jewish parents. Like, there's like a definite bloodline thing going, where you can
that's interesting.
You can be born Jewish, and if you're not, then there's nothing you can do. You're not Jewish. Like,
okay, so like Japanese people.
Similar to that, like a lot of the Asian countries, if you weren't born into that country,
like, you'll never be that.
You'll never be of that race. But like American, anyone can be American because it's not a race, and I think that's a good thing. So like, I don't really understand. Yeah, when people like flip out about things like that, it doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, I don't really understand. I mean, the thing is, if someone was like, if I was wearing something, I'm not really sure how I could be wearing something that would be like, you know, culturally black, for example. Yeah. Like, if I was wearing, like, is hip hop a black thing?
Well, for example, I mean, some people will say if you're white, you can't listen to rap because that's black music.
Well, that's ridiculous, obviously.
It is quite ridiculous, but there are people
that
who believe that.
That is as stupid as it gets. that is absurd. Music is to be enjoyed by everyone. That's the whole point of it, isn't it?
Right? I think
It's like,
so.
are black people only allowed to be like to relate to it? That doesn't really make any sense. I mean,
I
I'm
guess,
sure more black people may be able to relate if it's a scenario particularly popular in, within the
yeah,
black community.
if the
But
lyrics are about it or something. But still, even if, I mean, you can listen to music that's not about your life experience directly, you know? And
yeah,
that's supposed to be like the good part of music, is that it allows people to like convey their ideas about other things and other experiences to other people, and
yeah,
like
totally.
share these things. It's not to like wall people off. It's just crazy.
I mean, it's like a movie, right? Like if I watch a movie about like Slumdog Millionaire, I can
Yeah.
relate or I can understand him. I can't relate to it because I that didn't happen to me or anyone near to what happened to him.
But you
But I can
understand it
understand,
better than if you hadn't seen
and
the movie.
yeah, of course, I can be like, oh shit, there's actual people in real life that go through this, or much worse, of course. So it's like you don't have to be of that culture to understand, or so I don't know. I
Yeah.
definitely don't agree with the fact that I'm not black and I love fucking hip hop or rap.
Mm.
I don't know. That's just I enjoy the music, man. How can you blame me for that? I didn't do
Right.
anything.
That's the
Shit.
like that's sort of the core of why I can't understand cultural appropriation. It's because people are doing these things because they think they're good and cool and awesome, and
And
like
people are hating on them
and
for
now
it.
you're
Yeah.
hating on them for liking something about you. Like that's totally backwards.
Yeah, exactly. It should be celebrated.
You should be
I
like
mean, as long as it's
encouraging
not
people.
like you said, in like a joking or mocking manner,
Yeah.
then yeah, it should be like celebrated. People
As long as you're
fucking
not being a dick, it should be
yeah,
fine.
exactly, exactly. I totally agree with that.
Sweet. Well, now that we have reached agreements, the world can change, right? I'm sure
Yeah, I
that's
mean, I'm pioneering this change because I listen to all kinds of music
yeah.
in all kinds of languages, and I'm gifting my Japanese friends Peru jackets. So I'm fucking I'm Obama here. I'm change. I have hope.
You have hope and change for at least eight
Yeah.
years, and then you know,
And then who
and
knows,
then
man? You
who
never
knows
know.
what happens, because apparently you cannot predict anything about the future.
Yeah, I mean, I was when the election went on, I saw like I used to do bets on Dota games,
Yeah.
and I saw like one of the betting sites put like a line on Hillary versus Trump. I was really tempted to make a bet on Donald Trump there because the odds were like super juicy. It
Yeah,
was
that
like
would have been a good
Hillary had
bet.
like 75% chance of winning, so Donald Trump had like some really good
Mm.
payouts. But I went against it. I was like, oh man, maybe I shouldn't do this.
Missed opportunity.
Yeah, big mistake. Oh
Cool.
well.
Well, thanks everybody for listening, and please subscribe so you can watch me pretend to defragment some more hard drives that don't really exist.
Awesome.